Alexander immediately.
In New World, it was impossible to be compassionate. The new government was getting rid of compassionate people. The government divided the society into 3 types of people. The third level of the anti-spare is when you don't spare yourself or other animals. The second level of the anti-spare is when you don't spare other people. And the first level of the anti-spare is when you don't spare your dearest and nearest. With the help of the gun pointed to the back of the officer, I tried to use the bureaucratic methods to register my first level of the anti-spare, but I didn't know that I had to get rid of my best friend, my bare hands. The robot flew in to recheck me for the first level of the anti-spare.
What are you standing here for? Act quickly!
I'm thinking how to strangle him more slowly so that he suffers longer.
Vanya, you really want to kill me?
I suddenly pulled out my gun and shot a few times to the robot, so he sparkled and fell down. What have you done, you idiot? Now we have to chip on as a whole department for the new robot. Moreover, it's all in vain. Look there.
Ivan Korabov, you have been denounced for forging a first-level anti-spare certificate.
And why do you even believe to that idiotic patrolman?
The Major is trusted because he has a second-level certificate, and you have none.
Well, why did he show mercy to himself? When I shot the robot, he was complaining about getting deprived of his salary. It turns out he works not for the benefit of the state, but for salary. He could have sacrificed his salary for a month, but he felt bad for himself. Don't believe him. I can live for a month without the salary. Look, he feels sorry for himself, that's why he is afraid of getting re-examined.
My neural network has analyzed your conversation. A well-founded denunciation has been made against you. You are being sent for re-examination.
Oh, please, no! And may I go with him for a check? I don't think that I can make it to the first year. And may I take Sanya with me too?
We have a new level 3 check test. I'll analyze your way now. Great, you're all prepared. Just right for the stadium.
And what does the whale have to do with it? And what the hell is your stadium? They say it's a hell because the self-spare is the hardest thing. A hook came out from the robot's hatch and wrapped around our hands like handcuffs. Suddenly I felt the burning in my hands. When I deviated from the bot's movements, the burning in my hands increased. I didn't risk it and continued to follow him. We were taken to the outdoor stadium with a football field, a sports block, and some kind of a table in the middle. It seemed there was a food. The entire stadium was surrounded by a metal fence. It was made of some kind of iron bars. The distance between them was around 25 centimeters. As the gates opened, a crowd of fat people came towards us. They had tears in their eyes and they were begging for help. The most fat one took off running, but after short clicks, he fell down as a dead and started twitching.
Did he kill him?
No, bots have firmware. They can't kill people. They shoot neuroparalytic ammos. This fat man will lay for several hours in very strong agony. You can see it at first, but between the bars there were sticks, bags, and the pillows stuffed here and there. It wasn't clear from afar. We came in, the gates closed, and the crowd of fat people came to the table. We did the same. There were a lot of goodies at the table. Rolls, burgers, candies of all kinds, and sodas. Sanya pounced on these delicacies like a hungry cat.
Vanya, come here. I have the big taste. I took it from that fat woman.
With one bite, I ate the whole burger. It was the most delicious thing I ever ate. Look how folks are eating. Eat. And I'll probably abstain. Sanya, something is wrong here. We need to figure out what kind of pants is it around.
Leave me alone. I didn't eat something so special for a month.
Suddenly, I felt that my t-shirt became tight on me, although it was very loose.
Vanya, here's your favorite chocolate bar. Take it quickly.
No way! I sucked in the bar. I didn't even feel it. Sanya kept throwing me more and more candies. I couldn't stop. I ate all of them. Suddenly I felt my t-shirt was cracking. I looked down and saw that my belly had grown. Spat out the remaining food. I inspected the stadium perimeter. The fences were 5 meters high and surrounded by the barbed wire. It was impossible to climb over. I still didn't understand what kind of sticks and bugs were below. What do we do here? How they are going to inspect our spare? How lucky you were when they let you broke the kitten's balls. This is just the pittance, comparing to what awaits you in this stadium. Do you see the fence made out of those iron bars? Of course I see. We only have the one way out, to crawl between those metal bars. Well, basically, if the head fits through, that means that the whole body will too. Oh, knave, this is the myth. Only the cats can do this, and not all of them, only the thin ones. If you have a dense body and the high proportion of the fat, you won't fit through.
Holy shit, why did I eat that much?
I looked at the Sanya. He seemed to be swelled twice as much. And I was no less. I didn't eat that much. Why I became fat? This is the new invention. Thanks to the ANTISPARE, the taste and smell are 10 times stronger. It's almost impossible to resist. I'm so hungry. But the main thing is
What could it be? Even my teeth have grown.
that this is the food with enhanced caloric properties. Calorie content is several times bigger than the normal food. That's 6,000 calories. 2 days worth. One bite and you're already getting fat. In order not to die of starving, we need to eat such small crumbs every day and run around the stadium non-stop.
I mean, I ate my 5-day ration. Holy shit, I need to get through bars before it's too late.
I'll try to get through too. Wait, I'll take a walk with you too. Maybe I squeeze through. I went to the fence and felt the stench approaching. Smelled like a rotten meat, and only at 10 meters I realized that the sticks were bones and the bags were dead people who stuck between the bars. If the head fits through, then the body will fit through too. This is the cruelest meat I ever encountered in my life. I heard about it in childhood, because when you're small, the head is bigger than your body, and then it works. But not at my 16.
Tried.
Again and again to squeeze through. My head went through, but my chest didn't. A layer of fat couldn't let me squeeze through. Sanya, because of this burger, my boobs even grew. I can't fit through.
How could we get out?
And you, fatty, won't even have the possibility of getting through. The former patrolman who ended up with us was right. Sanya got phenomenally fat. He had eaten too much molecular burgers and his shirt fell apart. Everyone was locked at the stadium. It was surrounded by 5-meter fence and had a barbed wire on top. The only way to get out from the stadium was squeezed between the bars. This was the essence of the 3rd level anti-spare test. Self-spare. That everyone had to run around the stadium without sparing themselves and endure hunger. Everyone's head could fit through, but the bodies were fat. Sanya, stop eating this burger. This burger will kill you.
It's so delicious. Slightly spicy and slightly crunchy jalapeno. Fried onion until the crackling that crunches and melts inside your mouth.
The worst thing is that the stadium had a buffet with most delicious and nutritious food. One burger gave 6,000 calories. It's 3-day norm. Everyone was getting fat. That's why it was almost impossible to get out from the stadium. Oh, screw it! I ate the burger and enjoyed the taste. I couldn't do anything about it. These modern flavor enhancers were driving me crazy. Eat for your health. How do you manage to abstain the food? I'm not as pathetic as you are. I don't feel bad for me. And in a week, I'll get through it and I'll escape. Come on, tell me, how do you do this? Sanya, Put the burger right in his mouth.
What do you mean? I want it by myself.
Put it down, I said. We need to know how to abstain from food. He definitely knows something about it. Idiots! How would you understand anything if I'll have the burger in my mouth? Either you're telling us how to abstain, or you're getting fat with us here. Okay, I'll say everything. Come on, say. I don't know, I seriously don't know why, but I just don't want to eat anything. Sanya, let's stuff him with burgers until he's full.
Here, show it.
I pinned him down and shoved burgers into his mouth. He was kicking his legs and spat them all out. Sanya closed his mouth so he won't spit it out.
Close your mouth, I said.
And suddenly I saw that the petrolman started to turn blue and suffocate. He turned purple. Sanya, get the burgers out of him. Something is wrong with him.
Speed it. Are you okay?
You scums! What are you doing? Say thanks that we didn't want the second level of ANTISPARE which you and your government so idolized. Do you remember? This is the absence of despair to the other people. If not we, you would already die. Well, what do you think about new government system? How do you like it? Yes, I don't like it, but this is an isolated case. Yes, I died, I feel bad. But you would receive the second level of the ANTISPARE and would have started to develop the state. You see how far we've come. Flying cars and your dead body. Yes, I wouldn't like this.
Why were you suffocating? The burger didn't come to your airways. You could just breathe with your nose.
I caught a bad cold. I can't breathe with my nose. And you mindless shrimps put a burger in my mouth. So tell us, how do you refuse eating the food? And we'll leave you alone. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I just know that I shouldn't do this and I control myself. And you don't feel the smell, right? That's what I'm saying. My nose is completely blocked.
Exactly.
Sanya, we need some rags to plug our noses and not to feel the smell. Tore my sock and made a stripes out of it. I smeared the strips with the spit and struck into my nose. I read in one scientific journal that the 80% of the taste is not the taste, but the smell. And if you eat with your nose covered the apple, it will seem like you're eating a sour potato.
You know, I have the gag reflex when something in my nose.
So it's good. If you vomit burgers, they won't be absorbed.
But I couldn't. I have the gag reflex.
Sanyok is a good fellow. He threw up, but continued to insert the pieces of the socks into his nose. Wow, it's easier now. I don't even want to eat. Now it's time to run. I ran all day, and the next day, and the next day. I was either sleeping or running, and all with these stripes in my nose. A week passed. I didn't eat anything, and I was drinking a little. I was even feeling how the weight was dropping.
It started with me trying to get through, but my stomach was growling and sticking out.
I can't do it anymore. Where's my burger?
A month passed. We almost became the skeletons, except Sanya. I think that he was eating a little. I can't get through. The chest is still too wide. I passed it! Goodbye, girls! Wait, what about us? I passed it. The ANTISPARE system will accept me back to the patrol service. And to you, c'est la vie. Sanya, what have you done? You stuck like all of those corpses. Now you need to go without food for 1 week to get out.
Vanya, bring me the tray of burgers and some rolls. Bacon.
Are you out of your mind? You want to turn like them? Stuck and dead?
Bring them immediately. I have the plan how to get out of here.
Sanya's ideas always led to a greater catastrophe, but I was in despair, so I obeyed. I brought him 5 juicy burgers and a tray of rolls. Started eating them. I saw how he was puffing up. His fat began to hug the rod from both sides. And this is your plan? Just to eat?
Yes, this is my plan. bring me some more with bacon and fried onion.
Brought him burgers, pizzas, rolls. He ate everything. When suddenly I saw that the rods began to diverge, apparently under the pressure of the fat. Anya, you're a genius. You're getting fat that fast that your fat pushes the bars away.
Are you for real? For real?
Wait, you didn't have the plan?
Yeah, I didn't have the plan, but now I understand that I need to eat even faster. Bring me the pizza with pineapples.
Sanya became half a meter wide and the bars moved back that much that I could pass through him to the other side of the fence. I escaped! Finally! Sanya, and how we are going to pull you out?
When I grew fat, my internal organs were crushed. It's over for me.
I'll come back. I'll think of something.
No, leave me.
I won't go without you.
Go and say them that you fed me yourself. It will count as the first level of the anti-spare. I'm your close friend, and the first level is when you don't spare your dearest and nearest for the sake of the state. With the first level, you will get to the main one, or even to the president, and stop this horror.
No, I'll come back with a jigsaw. Wait for me. I looked around and saw a red line, like a sensor that determines that you have passed the test. I moved and crossed the line, when suddenly... Wow, what a people! You got out quickly, and I don't see any cheekbones showing. You didn't even lose any weight. Managed to get out. I smeared myself with oil and slipped through. Your sins have already been forgiven and you were taken back as a patrolman? Anti-spare is very effective system. If you pass the test, you're hired again. The way I was put here to give vacations to you. Well, let's see what work you receive. Wait, what? I'm taken for the work already? Wait, what? Vacancies for the third level are no more longer in use. What does it mean? Wait, I have a message here. You are fired. Ask to your curator. What's even happening? The world is changing too fast. Every day new inventions, every day new laws. You need to follow the news constantly. Let's see what's on television. They might say something about it. Dear citizens, seems that the country has reached the peak of the development. We have been developing practically nothing for a whole month. What is he lying about? While we were sitting there for a month, they made a narrow shunt. You can connect any profession to any brain. We're developing quickly. Isn't it not for him? Development has slowed down significantly. We still can't master space, fly beyond solar system. Indeed, citizens have become stronger. They don't spare animals, they don't spare themselves. But they still spare other people. Therefore, I propose that from this day on, the anti-spare measures will be strengthened for the sake of the space exploration. It's necessary to do many experiments where people will die, send them in batches to different planets, conduct experiments on them. What if suddenly a person is broken down to the molecules, transported and reassembled? This is necessary to invent the teleport. And for this, scientists and workers of our country need to stop sparing other people. And up from this moment, the legitimate citizen of our great country will be the one who can kill other person for the sake of our country, for the sake of humanity. Sorry, pal, nothing personal. This is all for development of humanity. Forgive me, I have to kill you. It's not about me, it's about our state. It was always interesting for me. Why the murderers are always sorry before killing the victim? I don't know, just want to clear my conscience or something. What's the matter if you'll kill me anyway and receive the second level of the anti-spare? Just want to. And it's very risky to say sorry in our world. You can be punished for this too. And I know why you are sorry. And why do you think so? Because you're compassioning me. Nothing of the kind. If you weren't compassioning me, you would already killed me. But we're talking here for 3 minutes. Because I'll die anyway. Everyone feels sorry for everyone. Everyone feels sorry for killing animals. Everyone feels sorry for himself. We just pretend that we don't feel bad and do some crazy stuff to receive the status of the antispare and allowance to continue living. Sorry, but I don't feel bad for you at all. Look under there. While he was chatting, I pressed the button under the pole. In this strange country, there were buttons under every pole. I want to make the denunciation. Patrolman spares other humans. Moreover, he spares himself and animals.
Major of the Patrol Service Vasiliev, my neural networks have analyzed your conversation and denunciation of you has grounds. You are being sent for correction. In order to get rid of Spare, you will have to kill people within a month. You will kill those who could not pass the third level of the anti-Spare. Don't feel sorry for them.
A threat came out from the bot and tied the patrolman's hands like handcuffs. You little shit! I'll kill thousands of people in principle to reach the second level of the anti-spare. I'll find you! Bot took the major away, and I started rescuing for the jigsaw or the saw to save my best friend Sanya. I only found sort of the crowbar and ran to the stadium. What I saw made me go into the shock. Sanya was dead. He was holding his favorite pineapple pizza in his hand. Almost all the faces climbed over him, and the stadium was clear. He didn't want to make his death in vain. So I went to the clothes pole and pressed the button.
Ivan Kuratov, 1 second, let me check you. You don't have a level of the anti-spare. Thank you for showing civic consciousness. I'll send you to correction now. You'll only need to kill 1 person.
I want to denounce that I have passed the anti-spare on the first level.
First level? Do you have evidence or patrolman supervising you? Can someone confirm?
Of course. Look there. This is my close friend, Alexander Petrenko. Check in your system. He is the only close one I have left. Look at the cameras, how I force-fed him with overly nutritious burgers and straightened the bars in the stadium with his fat. I sacrificed himself to achieve my goal.
I award the first level of anti-spare. Please proceed to the area of highest authorities.
I followed the bot. He set me down into the flying limousine. Of course, limousine didn't have the driver. Maybe some other bot was leading it. Before I had time to think that I wanted to drink something, a glass of fresh juice came out. Interesting. Where are we even flying?
You're flying to the state control center. You will undergo training and will effectively manage people.
The limousine was driving so well that I didn't even feel any overload. Just the building and trees rushing by beneath us. I still didn't understand how they could get into the flying cars and robots into 2 months. There's definitely something wrong with this anti-spare system. It's simply impossible for the state to develop like this just by denying the self-spare, animal spare and other people's spare. Suddenly we started to gain attitude. I didn't even see the buildings below. What's happening?
The main building is located at an altitude of 500 meters above the city. There's the control center of the entire country and all the management personnel.
Suddenly the taxi stopped, the doors opened, and there was a 10 meters gap between the taxi and the building.
Come out!
Are you lagging, dumb bot? I'll just fall.
Come out. Everything will be fine. There's a force field.
I stuck my leg out and stepped. Suddenly I felt something solid, but invisible. I stood up and walked to the open door of the building. The taxi flew away. I entered the building. There were some very emotionless people. They were walking around inside. They put their hand to their ear, then went to the terminals, then insert their something, and went back to their business.
Hello, Ivan Kuramov. I'm your curator. I was informed that you received the ANTISPARE of the first level. We don't often have such people like you.
Not surprising, because it's hard to kill a person, especially the close one, for the sake of the state.
Are you showing sympathy here?
It's denied to sympathize?
Well, actually, sympathy is a very close feeling to despair.
I was looking for the denunciation button here. Of course it was everywhere.
Okay, since you're a newbie, we'll close our eyes to that. After all, you're the first level of the ANTISPARE. We don't have a lot of people like you. Admit it. Who did you kill from the dearest and nearest?
It's none of your business. Let's get down to a business. What should be done?
Well done. You learned quickly. We don't welcome emotions here. Take this. This is your neuroshunt. Through it, you will receive information. And through it, tasks from above will come that need to be solved quickly.
And what are these tasks?
Basically, it's the distribution of victims.
What?
Governing a country is a work with problems, cataclysms, tragedies, and at the same time, you need to develop and make the goals. In order to achieve something, human sacrifice are always needed. Sometimes less, sometimes more. You always need to take the decision. We need to choose the path with the lowest ratio of sacrificed people and the most benefits for the state.
I didn't understand the damn thing about these victims and the profitable goals of the state.
Today, the main goal is the hyperlight engine. The other doesn't matter. If your action will speed up the development, you'll move up to the hierarchy. And maybe you'll receive the same color as I have.
They've never controlled people. I don't know how to do this.
It's not important. Now the neuroshunt will transport required skills to your brain.
Okay. A minute after, a piercing squeak was heard in my head. It grew stronger and stronger until the dark came before my eyes. And then, images rushed before my eyes, where the leaders of the planet made decisions. Some led to the victory, some led to the fail. In which cases they sacrificed people and in which they did not. All of this instantly fell on me. Oh my god, I think that I can change the world. This is so damn cool. I can't believe that such technologies were made in 2 months. Something is wrong here. Here, in the flying building, everyone knows how to change the world. But not everyone can handle the daily distribution of the victim. The first time, I'll correct your decisions. By the way, the first task to you has come. Go to the computer. I went to the computer. There was a description of the task on it. And the timer started at the top with a countdown. 3 minutes left. I began to study the task. A spaceship needs a lot of uranium. There was a fire at the uranium warehouse. There are 200 people there. If the warehouse explodes, it will kill 2,000 people from the nearest settlement. To stop the fire, the entire warehouse must be dosed with a neutralizing acid. But 200 people in the warehouse will die because they will also be dosed with acid. What decision should be made? What an easy first task. Mine was harder. What are you thinking about? Make a decision already. Well, we have incredible technology. Let's send bots. They will save these 200 people. Everything will be fine. And then we'll pour acid on them.
You're right. People are valuable material. But if we send robots, we'll slow down the industry by 100%.
100%? Screw it!
Screw it?
But that's not much.
The main priority is to build hyperlight space engine. Any slowdown?
is unacceptable!
So we need to figure out how to make robots faster. Or maybe you're sparing people. I'm just taking the decision. You have 30 seconds left to solve the problem, Ivan Kurapov. Make a decision immediately. Make a decision, Ivan Kurapov. 200 people will die, or 2,000. Yes, 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 yes. 2,000 people. Or 200 people. 2,000 people. Or 200 people.